Goes. All right, guys, good morning to all of you. This is Cal once again. Today is the 14th of April. Today is a Wednesday, and welcome to the morning MAO. All right, let us begin this morning session right now so that we can have more time for the market. Here we go. Okay, right. So the S&P 500, okay, is up by 13 days in a row. All right, and this is something not the normal 13 days in a row. You see, when the market basically close, let's say close at 2,000, and if we gap up to 2030, and if we close by 2020, which is net gain is still 20 points, right? But because the closing is below opening, in terms of net change is up, but in terms of movement is actually down. Can visualize that? But then again, now for this time, right, for the 13th day in a row, the S&P 500 is actually the closing is all above the opening price. And we're talking about the spot market especially. Now, this is never been seen before. Never. Really, we are now at the historical moment. Okay, historical moment. Okay, no, never seen before. Yes, I'll show to you later. Okay, but the market breadth is not following apparently. The market breadth is not following. Now, what's market breadth? Market breadth means, right, the advance and decline. Now, every day the stock market, right, the stock market, there will be the advancer and a decliner, right? So apparently it's all right. Normally when the market is up, in net change is up, usually the advance will be more than the declines. But for some reason it's all right, the market breadth is not following through. That means that there are actually more sellers than buyers in the market. So let me explain to you with more charts. All right. So good morning to all of you. Let's begin. Now this is the S&P chart. Apparently now this is from Bloomberg, not from me, from Bloomberg. And this is the 13th day in a row where the S&P 500 ETF SPY closed above its opening price, apparently. All right, the ETF side SPY. Now, this is the SPY inception in 1993 that had never happened before, all right? Never happened before, the S&P ETF, all right? All right, this is something that we really, really want to take note of that. That means that the buying is so strong, all right? It's buying so strong that it has never seen this before. But the interesting part at the same time is, right, the advance and decline distribution, it seems that, right, the decliners are actually more. Now, even though we have a very strong day yesterday in a way, but you can see that the numbers of buyers and sellers is not actually in the same manner. So what does it tell you? That tells you that, right, in general perspective, it's either people getting concerned or people booking profit, or there's just selective buying in the market. So this is something that we really need to watch out for, okay? This is something that we really need to watch out for. Really incredible. All right, so later part, during the second part of my MAO, as usual, I will have this alternate market analysis. Now, this is the sharing for today. All right, this is the one I talked about the VIX indicator. I talked about the NASDAQ Breath. I talked about the NASDAQ versus the ARKK. And of course, that will be the last part of it. So if you are interested to hear more on this, you stay on to the last part of it. If you think that this is not something you like, you just can skip it totally, all right? So that is why I say I will always give you guys an upfront sharing of what you may expect to see later today. Okay, all right. Now, Bitcoin, wow, take a look at Bitcoin. Incredible, right? Bitcoin has cracked above 63,000. Now, just a couple of days ago, when it was at 58,000, I'm telling you guys, Bitcoin will go past 60,000 again, and likely it will trade between 62 to 63,000. That was a level that I mentioned, and it really, really happened. All right. So this is obviously a scene between Kong and Godzilla, Kong and Godzilla, right? Yeah, okay, Kong and Godzilla. Now, FYI, all the Kong and Godzilla fans, today is the last day for the movie, by the way. Huh? So apparently it's very interesting. I mean, I thought that I can watch this Saturday, right? But apparently this by today will be the last day already. Yeah, they're not going to have not screening anymore after today. So if you wanted to watch this movie, today is the last day, all right? Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sad. I mean, consider a blockbuster movie, but yet you only stay less than 1 month. Yeah, less than 1 month. So I'm pretty surprised with this. In fact, other movie, even a local movie, is still ongoing. All right. So the thing is now with Bitcoin at 63,000 is because of Coinbase. Right? I told you guys Coinbase IPO will be out soon. All right, I think it's this week or next week, I can't remember exactly, but definitely the reason that is why people are buying in anticipation. Later on, I'll cover on Coinbase. So now the thing is this: at the moment now, we have to know, right? You need to focus on what you want so that you can really get what you want. All right, though, get what you get what you focus on. So focus on what you want. I think it's a very powerful statement for this morning, and my focus is going to be definitely be have a better life and better, have a better future. And obviously, I also want you guys to join on board. All right. So I'll tell you more about this shortly. And nothing beats family, right? Family is not an important thing. It's everything. All right. This is from Michael J. Fox, apparently. And I tell you, this is why TWB family members, why I do so much for you guys, why I do a lot of sharing, why I must think to find out videos. I must find out different ways. So make you guys, understand the system or learn from others. The thing is this: I'm okay for you guys to learn from others, or I don't mind sharing other good technique with you. End of the day is, as long as you make money, that is to me the most important thing. All right, that to me is the most important thing. Okay, all right. So before we start this morning session, once again, disclaimer as usual. All right, do note, this is very, very important. Please understand this. Now, if you stay on this page right now for the next 5 seconds, means that you accepted the above and identify me. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, all right, continue. All right, let's talk about the vaccine first. Now, yesterday, there was a lot of news in the market, and I can tell you this. As a trader for so many years, it's also the first time I see something like this so incredible. So first of all, we saw the Johnson & Johnson vaccine have a problem, right? Apparently, that because of this thing here, 6 women from USA, all right, out of the 7 million who took it, right, have a rare blood clotting disorder. Now, only 6, okay, FYI, only 6. But this one itself, right, is a concern. And because of that itself, immediately the US regulator says that, look, pause it for a moment, all right? So we saw the S&P Dow Jones just came off immediately, all right? But after that itself, right, because the market focused on the only 6 people out of 7 million, so the market say, hey, you know what, overall it's still okay lah. Let's just pause it for a moment, go through the statistics and see what's going to happen. But, it's okay. So that is how bullish the market is. So no matter what happened, you can see that, right, Caldecott, this public health say that, right, just pause for a moment. Massachusetts basically says that, right, now this vaccine providers just hold on first. All right, so there are a lot of states who are also having that. Apparently, there's many states, but still, end of the day, it's very simple. Even though it is hot, but remember, J&J vaccine was actually accepted and the one that people trusted. But now with this suddenly hot, right, obviously there's a question mark there. And obviously it become Moderna and other vaccines, right, become a highlight point, like whether are they safe or are they the better ones. So apparently that happened yesterday, but of course the market was so bullish, it didn't really matter. And of course, this is the one that really take the home, all right? Now, I mentioned that in a group chat, said that, right, I suspect the CPI number will be higher. And indeed, it went higher than what I expected. So logically, yes, I agree with you, all of you guys. Logically, this should cause a bit of stir in the market. But you can see almost immediately after the initial knee-jerk effect, right, the market went out to buy. Now, why was that so? So apparently, the dollar came down very strongly because they said that the inflation data is tame, T-A-M-E, tame. They say that, yeah, it went up, but not a lot. I say, I mean, I'm just laughing away. I said that, what do you mean by they estimated a number and it is higher, but it's not a lot? So what do you expect to see? What, 0.8, 0.9, then you consider it's a lot? So that is how the market reacts. The market is just basically telling you, know what, no matter how bad news it is, I can flip it to a good news because it's like, it's not that high, even it's high, so it's fine. So that's why you can see that, right, consumer price index in March, right, shot higher. And the numbers are much higher. In fact, this is the highest since August 2018. But still, because it basically indicates that the economy is doing well. Okay, so the CPI number now is telling you that the economy is doing well. So that is how they are interpreting this. And because of that, they say that that will definitely cause the whole economy to go back up sooner than expected. So that is the reason why this happened. And because of that itself, right, that means there's no need for Federal Reserve to actually pump in more money. So that's why the dollar came off. For some reason, that's how they view it. And of course, when that happened itself, right, the 10-year yields also dropped. Oh my God. I mean, I tell you this is my personal take, because the whole market all know that the inflationary data will be high. So probably someone already prepared themselves, and then all the ammunition is already on standby mode. And as long as, okay, the market news come out, right, they will flip the story around. They will push whatever is necessary to push, pull down whatever they need to pull, and then create this so-called this thing. That is, of course, a bit of conspiracy theory, but I believe that is what really happened, because it doesn't make any sense. But of course, again, we saw the market reacting coordinately at the same time. So all I can tell you is this: all right, we are in for it. Someone is definitely hiding. Someone is trying to make the market definitely to make sure that the environment is beautiful. So the more you do it itself, right? The more incredible it is. Oh, thank you, Yao Dong. Thank you so much. Coinbase is today. Okay. I remember it's either this week or next week. I can't remember exactly. So it's today. All right. I know the reference price is $250. All right. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. All right. So that is the point here is how that I'm trying to say. So what do you think, guys? What do you think about this consumer price index yesterday? What is your opinion on this? Can I have your opinion right now? All right. Tell me, what do you feel? Do you feel that this consumer price index was just really okay, and what the market did was correct, that they shouldn't have any hoo-ha? Or you think that this whole CPI itself, right, is a really a big bluff? They know it's bad, but they just cover it and stuff like that. What do you think? Come on, guys. Everybody, can you key in yourself and let me know? Yu Ming, why 14 is a good number? Why Yu Ming? Why 14 is a good number? Any reason for that? Okay, guys, can I have your personal take on this? What do you think? Why do you think that what do you call in your opinion itself, right? What do you think about these CPI numbers? You mean confirm die? I see. Ayo, so bad. Okay, I'll cover on Coinbase very shortly. All right, Jerry say, cover fire with paper. Oh, okay. A lot of agenda by Anthony. Okay. All right. Anything else? Now, please don't be dissuaded by me. All right. I'm just basically speaking the truth. I went through all the articles from Bloomberg to Reuters to CNBC. I mean, everybody was just trying to curve away from the problem. Everybody is saying that, okay, because the numbers is good, that's why this is, but no one really focused on the number itself. So that's why I find it very interesting. All right. And obviously, Federal Reserve says already, right, this is only temporary, this is only transitory. So all these will come down later. It's saying just because April happened to be the month, so everything will just go up. Apparently, this is what they say. But the thing is this, if you actually got time, this is very interesting. I saw on some YouTuber, they actually watched through the CBS 60-minute, right, where they actually interviewed Jerome Powell. And for some reason, it's right, actually Jerome Powell said a lot of things, but the mainstream media only pick up the so-called, the points that they want to tell. Apparently, Jerome Powell, during the so-called interview, right, he actually did mention certain things like, there will be a possibility of interest rate hike if really things happen. This type of segment, right, was actually extracted out in the so-called summation of it. So it's as if they're not important, but there's a lot of things that actually some goalposts that Jerome Powell has shifted along the way. So this is something interesting. If you want to watch the whole video, right, go to CBS 60-minute, right, and watch for this video. I have not watched it. I heard from some YouTuber, I saw their review, and I realized that there's something that are not really expressed accordingly, all right? Now, if you go Google or Google search, you search for housing market, right? Apparently, it's a red hot search right now, right? Why is it so red hot, right? Apparently, right, this is what is happening in America. A lot of people are now searching for houses, and the Google has just reported that the housing market is going to crash. Apparently, this particular search has went up by 2,450% in the last month itself. Now, why is that so? Because apparently, right, 42% of the homes were selling for more than their listed price. That means that if they offer the price to sell at 500,000 okay, US dollars for the home, or 1 million. Apparently, right, the transacted price itself, right, 42%, or every one of them itself is sold at the higher price. That means the buyer are willing to buy at a higher price just to get the house. So that is whereby people are getting a bit concerned, because it's exactly what happened previously in 2008. So apparently the reason was because there's an acute shortage of supply in the market, and the low mortgages is driving the appetite of the millennium and the Gen X. So that's the reason why, and now you see the younger generation are buying and buying and buying, because they know that the interest rate is low. They're probably making a lot of money from the stock market, and they're just buying assets above market valuation. So the point is this: because the rate is low, that's why they are buying. And because the stock market is rising, they are buying. And because probably now the environment seems to be okay, they are buying. So obviously the reversal is the same thing. Now, if the interest rate actually goes up, then this millennium will pay. Now, if the stock market comes down because interest rate goes up, then of course this millennium will pay. And obviously it's right now the price they bought is above premium price. And if later you need to cut their losses, what will happen? They will have to sell below par. And that is where the whole thing will collapse. That's the reason why am I saying that this is market madness. When you're buying property and you're buying buying way above it itself, and it's not like 1%, not 10%, not 12%, or 20%. We're talking about 42% in a single month itself. So that is the reason why people are doing that. Of course, they're saying that because they feel that the interest rate will be going up soon, they went in. But my point is this: it's all floating interest rate. So which means that later on, if they do hike the rate, it will still affect the loaner, right? So that is a big problem that I'm seeing. But of course, like I say, it's still too early to call. I repeat, it's still too early to call, but this market madness is definitely there. And of course, today we have the Coinbase IPO, right? Confirmed by Yao Dong, right? So the thing is this, Wednesday today, okay, I got it wrong, right? I thought it was next week. Okay, thank you. So the IPO itself, right, is valued at about $100 billion. Now, what is good and bad at the same time is this, okay? The good part is that this business itself, right, is very unique because it is very closely tied to the cryptocurrency, okay? So which means that, right, if let's say the cryptocurrency really collapse, well, then this company is going to get a lot of hell, okay? But apparently they don't think so. I also don't think so the cryptocurrency market will collapse. But you tell me that would there be a what they call warning or regulation coming? Yes, I believe it will happen. But you tell me collapse, I really don't think so. All right, in my opinion. All right. So this Coinbase itself, right, is going to has been asked by 10. If you ask 10 market experts on how the company should be valued, right, you get 10 different answers apparently. Because obviously this company really is very different. The way is different because their business model is really not the traditional way. All right, there is no massive uncertainty, no official headquarters, and basically it's right. The price to sales, price to earning is not even there because this is built on expectation, more on faith and future earning money. So that's why this is what's happening now. So Coinbase is just a place for people to really transact cryptocurrency. So as some cryptocurrency is doing well, this company will do very well. So if there's any point, there is any shake on cryptocurrency, right, this company will be in serious trouble. So Ray Dalio, right, one of the hedge fund manager, okay, Bridgewater, he actually keep on repeating this online and said that, right, Bitcoin will one day be out of the market. This is actually very scary from a guy of his level. But of course, Ray Dalio have been wrong for quite a while already. So people just put him away, okay, really put him away. So all I can say is this Coinbase, today I saw on CNBC the reference price, meaning the pre-IPO, maybe about $250 US dollar. So if you ask me, right, in my personal opinion itself, as long as you think that the cryptocurrency market will go higher, you can buy this counter. But if you think that the cryptocurrency market may come down, then of course you can short sell this counter. So okay, be very careful. This counter itself will have a lot of volatility. Be very careful on that. All right, Coinbase IPO at about 250 today. Yeah. All right. Thank you. And you can see that, right, in terms of the Coinbase, there are a lot of still got a lot of users. So that's why I would say that for it to be, for cryptocurrency, it is something that you must get involved, in my opinion, because there's so many people involved now, not only you and me. So there's a lot of people coming in. So maybe you should really consider this. All right, now just to share with you, today also got a few big earnings today. We have Goldman Sachs, we have Wells Fargo, we have JP Morgan Chase. Okay, so today, 3 big ones. Okay, 3 big ones. Then tomorrow we have Bank of America, Citibank, and PepsiCo. and on Friday will be Morgan Stanley. So which means that these few banks will be the one coming out result, and obviously the result should be fairly okay, right? Should be fairly okay because last quarter, so I suspect that this is why the market is pumping up because of this, okay? So traders, you may want to watch out for. This will be an interesting week for all traders to watch out, okay? So just to let you know, all right? Okay, so that is the earnings side. Now, do note once again, dear all, my preview is coming this Saturday, all right? This Saturday. I will talk about what is the going on inflationary problem, which I just mentioned again earlier, and how it's going to hit the market in terms of repercussion. I will tell you what is the calm before this storm, all right? What is this storm all about? And of course, the macro risk to the stock market that is already mounting already. So this is something that you really don't get to see much on the mainstream media. Of course, you may say, but Kel is like a bit more to a warning sign, a bit more of a correctional move. And I will say this upfront on this recording right now. I do foresee a 8 to 10% correctional move soon. I repeat, I'm looking at a potential 8 to 10% correctional move. Okay, I'm not putting this for the fun of this. 8 to 10%. Okay, I'm seeing that. Now, of course, when will that be? Seriously, I also don't know yet, but I'm watching the market very, very closely. And later on, towards the second part of the MAO, I'll tell you why my concern is there. So, traders, please, this is very important. Even though, end of the day, your friends or your family members don't want to join this class, it's okay still, because I really want you guys to brace yourself and make sure you take care of this, because there's two ways to make money. First way is you can short the market downwards, okay, and then make the money. If you don't want to short the market, you just hang on for a while, let the market push back for a moment. Then at the base level, we'll go back in and buy. All right, buy. Yes, you heard me correctly, buy. Because I suspect that in the second part of the year, there will be buying opportunity. And I believe that either there's an interest rate hike late in the year, or we're going to see an influx of dollar coming in. So that's why I believe that the second half of the year itself, right, will be a lot of great opportunity to make money in a very safer way. All right, so guys, this is something that I want to share with you. And of course, thanks to your support itself, right, 30% of the slots that's available is taken up already. But I really want to hit the 100% mark, guys. So I really wish you do that. So please contact your friends, family members, your trading kakis, your trading friends. Tell them this is going to be very important. Tell them to join this preview, because this sharing, because this is going to be very, very important. All right, you really don't want to miss this, okay? I put in hell a lot of effort on this. I'm sure you're going to like it, okay? If you like my market analysis and all the interesting stuff, you do not want to miss this, okay? All right, so let's look at the US market yesterday. US initially dropped first after the J&J news. Then after that, it started to recover a little bit on technical ground. It pulled back again, and the same thing again the last 2 hours. You can see the Dow Jones was being pumped up. It was only the last 1 hour there was some profit taking, not too sure what really happened. But the thing is this, overall itself, the market is up, put it this way. Although its net change is down, but the momentum looks positive. So the S&P 500 closed at record again. Nasdaq added 1% as stocks shake off J&J vaccine halt and higher inflation. You see that? My God, this is really when the market is super bullish, right? There's nothing you can get it off. So you see, J&J vaccination halt, they don't care. Higher inflation, they also don't care. So when you don't care, you don't bother, it's very only one thing, is euphoric already. When market is bad, when there's bad news and everything, and you still don't care, that is very clear. The market not going to bother anymore. So when you don't bother anymore, right? So what happened is this, they'll tell you that they'll have to tell yourself, oh, fundamental is good, no need to worry, expectation will come in and stuff like that, which is, I would say that is true. So what we saw is Apple, PayPal, Tesla yesterday went up, all went up, okay? Tesla on one single day up by 8.6%. Wow, that was a very big jump on Tesla, all right? So everything is being bought up because the dollar came off. The dollar came off, the interest rate came off. So everybody just throw that away now and say, no, let's focus on it. Let's focus on the earnings instead. Okay. So you see, they just keep on moving around just to find an excuse to buy something. So even though the things are bad, it doesn't matter anymore. Even problem like this. Okay. So at the moment now, you can see that the mainstream media, everybody is very positive, even though there's a vaccine problem, even though there is a inflation issue. But as long as, they are not really a main concern right now, market is going to buy. So you can see across the board, everybody are just very, very positive on the current market right now. All right, so let's review what happened on yesterday's market, shall we? So yesterday, the opening price was slightly above the pivot 2, and the KSI was green in color. So as long as the market stay above OP, in general perspective, it should go to pivot 1. All right, but it failed a little bit, it missed by a little bit and came back down. Now, if you go below pivot 2, by logic, is a sell, right? But because the KSI is green in color, so again, I said many times, if the KSI is green in color, where the market go to KTR +1 to +3, anywhere it hits, the market do a CCRY, it will be a buy, right? I said this many, many times. So let's see whether it has actually manifested. Well, you can see it really did. The market really came off, right? Came off all the way, hit KTR -1. Then there is a first wave of CCRY, but it was stopped out first. Then the second one, the CCRY came in. Now this is very important. The stop loss is placed here, right? If you didn't put a buffer, you'll be hit. So if you didn't put a buffer, you'll be hit. So if you did put a buffer, you went unscathed. Then after that, the market go back up to KTR -1 again. This time round, it pushes up already. So end of the day is this, the KTR -1 that we mentioned earlier is all right. Okay, sorry, it should be -1. Sorry, my bad. -1 to -3. It's a good time to buy. You're right, you saw it? Okay, so that's why traders, you need to really remember your role in the market and do that. All right. So this was where the J&J news came out, and then the market come out very strongly. But you can see after that, it's like the market really don't care. Really, the market really don't care. All right. So it's really incredible. I'll put it incredible euphoric at the level now. We are really in the point that we don't care anymore. All right. Okay, so let's look at the US market for this morning, shall we? Oh, Anna, trying to get the data out. Okay, here we go. Now, this is the Dow Jones today. Now, there's two things to watch out for Dow Jones this morning, okay? First of all, yesterday is a BMB. I repeat, yesterday, the Dow Jones is a BMB, all right? BMB. So what does BMB stands for? Big Movement Bar. BMB also in my books means the boys are in, okay? The boys are in, okay? Now, what does it mean then? That means that whichever direction the boys choose, it will be that particular direction. So that means that the high and the low of yesterday will be a very sensitive point. The market can swing in between the two levels. The market can choose one way or the other. So if the market chooses to go above the top level, likely the Dow will go to new all-time high. If the market chooses the other way around, then the market may pull. So that's why I want you guys to be very cautious to the win for today, because it's a BMB. Now, of course, this is not the first time we see a BMB. We've seen it before. So the last time we see here, there's a BMB over here. You can take a look. I'm going to change the color a little bit. So it was a BMB right here. And you can see that, right? Once the market chooses to go up, it went to a new all-time high. So that's why the BMB is very important. So you look at it again. Is there any more BMB somewhere around here to let show you more example? Here we go. Yeah, there's a BMB, right? It's a BMB and the market went up. So you can see, very, very important. So for today, it's all right. The color looks not that nice to the bull side for time being. All right, and the MLP is somewhere around here today, and that is about 33,722 level. All right, so which means that if the Dow Jones stay below 33,722, then that might be some form of profit taking in the market, some form of profit taking, okay? And the then the MA30 today is even higher now. The MA30 today is now trading at 33,200 level, okay? So that means that as the price comes down, the MA will shift up because that is mathematics, right? So the Dow Jones now is at 33,632 level. So we're about 400 points away. So I'm going to give you a personal view on this. I suspect that later on, likely if the Dow Jones pull back, it may pull back down towards the MA30, find a base over there before deciding to either go for a new high or pull back. Okay, so I suspect that this will likely be happening. Okay, So the market will purposely pull back to the MA30 first. Then after that, they will look at the market and decide from there itself. Okay, so traders, you may want to watch out for this. All right, this is going to be quite interesting. So traders, you may want to watch out for this particular movement. Okay, the MA200 is very far away. The MA200 is all the way at this 30,700. So it's a very far away for now. So there's no much real concern for the MA200 unless something severely really happen. All right, I don't think so. So there's not much worry not much thing to worry about. By the way, as I'm speaking to you, gold price is now back to 1749 level, going towards a 1750 level. All right, because the dollar, I think, has just came off again. All right, so that is what's happening right now. Okay, here is the all-time high level on the Dow Jones. So yesterday, I think that was the all-time high, 33,829. So that created a new all-time high level. The weekly chart happened to be now facing towards the downside for the week. Of course, it's still early to call to this Wednesday. With all the so-called earnings coming up, maybe they will just strengthen up again. Okay, so let's look at today's market. Now, today's for the Dow is not that nice because of the opening and the pivots. The opening price for today, you can see the opening price of today is actually below pivot 2, right? Pivot 2 today is 33,740. Today's opening price is 33,684. So below OP will be a sell. Below OP will be a sell because it's below OP and below pivot 2. But the KSI is green in color. So if you go to KTR -1 to KTR -3, it will be a buy. So if you do see the market hitting KTR -1 to -3, and then you do a CCRY, likely the market may temporarily bounce up again. So traders do stand by for this particular move. All right. Now, of course, if you want to short the market, there's no wrong. But when you see KTR -1 to -3, do consider to buy back some position, okay? Because the day chart KSI is still green in color. That is very important. You really need to write it down somewhere to remind yourself not to make that mistake, all right? This is very, very important. Okay, clear? All right. Okay, so that will be the Dow Jones for now. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Well, NASDAQ, I told you guys, it will break past. Indeed, it cracked all-time high level. So all-time high level, you can see yesterday the MLP, right? Beautiful. See that? The market hit the MLP and then rebounded. So that's why MLP is very powerful. It's very good to use, and you can see it really happens. So it hit the MLP yesterday and then reversed and went all the way up. So today, the MLP will be somewhere around here. That is about 13,916 level. All right, that is the MLP level. Now, it's an all-time high. So the question is this, will it continue? Well, I say as long as the dollar is actually going down, that will basically push down the 10-year yield. And the 10-year yield is being pushed down, then obviously NASDAQ will go higher. All right, if you look at the yield, I can show you right now. Let me just bring it to you right now, okay? Now, it's really not usual to see trainers doing so early in the morning, telling you what to look out for and how to be careful and all this thing, right? So I really take pride to share all this thing with you, and I really only want you guys to succeed, okay? All right, so this is the 10-year yield. If you look carefully, right, for 10-year yield, I make a few, okay, I look at it, okay. The 10-year yield actually start to taper off on the 31st of March. Can you see that? 31st of March, we see the 10-year yield being taper off, all right? So 31st of March, huh? So if you look back now on 31st of March, right, where is that on the chart wise? Well, 31st of March is somewhere here. Here we go. Can you see that now? This is very clear. You can see that, right, on 31st of March, that was a high. That was a yield hit about 1.76%. And then it closes at about 1745. And then it went all the way down to 1.61. So it's down by 1%, right? But you look at the same time itself, right, on the NASDAQ, that was where the NASDAQ went up. So you can see the very direct relationship between the, also indirectly relationship, the 10-year yields and the NASDAQ. So if the yields comes down, the NASDAQ goes up. So vice versa, if any time itself, right, if the interest rate, the 10-year yields have to go up again, right, then the NASDAQ will pull back. And I think that right now at this moment, right, if you look at it, in terms of retrospect here. This is very important. In retrospect, if you look at the last 6 months movement of the yield, you can see that overall is still moving up, and that's only a very interesting support at about 1.61 level. So this artificial support around here, this area, oh, sorry, wrong color. About 1.61 level is a very interesting support, right? 1.61 is a very interesting support. So traders, you may want to watch out for this. If this is going to pull up again, right, then obviously the NASDAQ will pull back down. Okay, this is something that you must understand. So if you are involved in NASDAQ or you're long in NASDAQ, my personal take is this: try to consider to book partial profit, or if not yourself, you just make sure your SWL, your showing level is actually taken care of. Okay, this is going to be very, very important for traders. Please take note of that. All right, this is something that you need to know. So that's why we are quite confident to tell you that you should basically watch out for this very closely. Okay, very important. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. So that's how it is. And of course, if you look at the yield, you look at the dollar, right? The dollar, why the dollar is coming off, as I told you earlier in earlier sharing, you can see that the dollar has came off quite strongly from last week until now. From the high of 92.50, came all the way down. I was expecting the number to go up, right? Right, I was wrong, because why? You can see that they manipulated the market. Even a strong CPI itself, right, they can actually push it down. So like I say, when you have money, when you have the strength, you have the means, there's nothing much more you can say. So that's why simply follow the chart. That will be the best thing to do. Rather than you try to predict and forecast, obviously end of the day, if someone can play another way to win this game, so there's no way you can fight with these people. I put this way very bluntly itself, right? Okay. So NASDAQ wise, you can see it's way above the MA30, so there's no much worry for time being. And for today, NASDAQ, let's take a look. NASDAQ for today, well, it's also very near the pivot 2 today, very near the pivot 2. The only thing to watch out for, my friends, be very careful, is that the KSI for NASDAQ is great in color already. And today, market is actually near to pivot 2. So with the KSI rate and the market near the pivot 2, and based on what I just tell you about the US dollar and the 10-year yields, I suspect that there might be some profit taking today or tomorrow. All right, so that's why I'm saying this for NASDAQ traders. Please be careful, do your trailing stop, and make sure that you protect yourself. Okay, if you're going to be long this counter, make sure that you do your stop loss according to plan. So this is a very important thing to do, right? Okay, Kelza, out of nowhere. Okay, many crypto scammers taking the opportunity right now. Got to be very careful. Indeed, definitely, there's a lot of scamming right now, a lot of interesting stuff going on. So be very careful, my friends. Okay, this is where when people get too complacent, they think that all is good, all is should be safe. That usually things happen. Okay. Now, S&P 500, you can see also is a BNB. So you enable the MLP today. The MLP for S&P is about 41.36 level. So, well, same thing, the S&P, the MA30 is very far away. So there's no really call for concern. All right, in terms of long-term chart, well, nothing has changed. It has went beyond my expectation. So you just have to wait. To me, I just have to wait for a good pullback to MA30 for buying. Now, in terms of RSI rating, you can see the RSI, usually the high is about here, about 768 level. Now it's already 673. So we are talking about something like this, okay? Now, the last time when you look at it, my friends, I'll take a look. Now, the last time you see something of sort was like this, whereby the S&P went all the way up for many, many days, okay? And then after that, that was where the breaking point came in. So are we seeing the same thing now? For some reason, you look at it, if I bring the chart across, you can see that, right? It's very incredible. The spot here itself is the same. Can you see that? The spot there is about the same. And what we are seeing right now is that the RSI is also moving up very nicely. So is that going to be a chance of repertoire? I'm not too sure. The last time this move was about 25 days. Then now we take a look at this one here itself, right? From this point here, okay, we are about 14 days. But if you look at it from this point here, where the low end is about 29 days. So we are somewhere around the same region, because there's a pull and up, there's a pull, there's an up, right? And of course, when the last time when the S&P, the MA, and the price, the differential was more than how many points? 100 points. That was where the market pulled back, right? So where are we now in terms of MA? Our MA and the current price about 120 points. Yes, the MA now and the current the MA 30 and the current price now is about 120 points different. The last time when it was 100 points different, okay, or 150 point different, the market pulled back. So would that means that would there be a possibility of this also happening? I don't know, but it is a possibility. All right, with 13 days on the ETF, maybe a general pullback of sort may be a good idea so that the market can continue to go up again. So how many of you think that, right, the market is due for correction? All right, how many of you think that the market will still go up? Can I have your answer right now? Correction or up? Correction or now correction is not a market crash. Correction is just a breather. Correction is just a breather. 5%, 8% is very normal. Okay, 5% is very, very normal. So can I ask you guys, what do you think? Correction is coming in, or you think the market is still going to go up? Can I have your answer right now? Okay, some of you are looking at correction. Some of you actually looking at continue to go up. So you can see that, right? It is what they call is at two camps, right? So nothing wrong. There's no wrong, no right by the end of the day itself, right? So remember I told you guys 1 month ago, I said that there will be a melt up indeed, correct? This Liu, remember that? I told you guys there will be a melt up, and this is really happening, which means that the price will keep on going higher, but then the fatigue will also come together. That's why you see the advance and the decliner itself is actually changing hands. Okay. Now Hang Seng is going to open very soon. Let's look at Hang Seng right now. Hang Seng. Hang Seng is going to open in about 30 seconds time. Hang Seng today, yesterday it went up above the MA 30, right? But then after that, the China A50 sold off, so that's why it came off. So today, I suspect it will gap up first. This morning, it will gap up first. Then after that, right, maybe there might be some profit taking again. Let's look at Hang Seng. Prepare now. Day chart is going to be ready. Let's just see Hang Seng in about 8 seconds time. All right. So let's take a look. Okay, Hang Seng has gapped up as expected. I told you Hang Seng will gap up this morning, and indeed it really, really happened. This morning, Hang Seng has gapped up, and it is pretty clear that even though the KSI is red in color, but because of the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq and the S&P 500, all this has pushed the market a bit higher. All right, so that is what is happening right now for the market as a whole. Okay, but my personal opinion is this, my friends, the KSI is actually red in color. So the KSI is red in color. So if the market stays above OP, sure, it will go higher. But if the market breaks below OP, then there is a possibility for it to test the pivot 2, and that is 28,466 level. But as I say, KSI is red in color, so traders just need to go slower a bit. But right now, Hang Seng is moving up very fast. Hang Seng is killing up very fast at this moment right now. It's pushing up. So we will see how it goes later on. But I say this morning, because the market opens and it trades above OP, and that's why in general perspective, the Hang Seng will move upwards, and you can see it's happening right now. You can see, let me just bring you the chart closer to you. You can see this is Hang Seng push up momentum. All right. Of course, we'll cover A50 later on. We'll cover China A50 shortly, but at least we know now the Hang Seng is being pushed up right now. Okay. Okay, so I've covered that the S&P 2. Okay, A50 then. All right, this is China A50 right now. The China A50 also is slightly higher this morning. The MLP is somewhere there now. China A50 is a doji this morning. So, I mean, today, I mean, as of yesterday. So that means that there's a possibility that there might be a directional move. Now, China A50 at the moment now, right, is near to the low end that what happened last March. So would that means that there's a possibility for China A50 to recover today? Well, as long as China A50 stays above OP, then I think it will happen. But only thing that's dragging, pulling it down because of the MA30 and MA200. You can see that this is actually a death cross. And obviously after that, the market really pull off. So for traders, this is not a very healthy sign for those who are going long in the market, short in the market. So going long in the market, so sorry. All right, it's not a very good sign. So as long as China A50 stay above OP, fine, no problem. But if China A50 do drip below OP, right, be very careful, and this may spill over to the Hong Kong market. All right. So traders, this is my personal take for you. Just kindly take note of that. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's continue. And DAX, how about DAX? Now, DAX is really playing the MLP very well. For the 5th day in a row, the market has been basically toying around the MLP of each day. So yesterday, you can see the DAX came down the MLP, but after that, it reversed course and went above it again. So this tells you that, right, the market is now really highly congested at the top. Now, this type of thing, when it happened, right, there's only two ways you can see this. Either that we're going to see another big run up, or that's it, the market may be going into a correctional move soon. So I suspect that, you know, the market, based on what I'm seeing for the 3 days in a row, the market is still on a white candle. So likely the market this morning may try to push it up again, right? So today, DAX may purposely be pushed up this today, all right? All right, but of course, if the market fail to hold and then breaks below MLP, there might be some profit taking back down again to this area here. And that's about 15,200, a level that they've been trying to hold above for quite a while already. This is DAX trader, but overall, no call for concern, not jumping in, neither going out. Okay, just hang around there. Okay, MA30 is still showing it as a very strong level, so no reason for concern. MA200 is even further away. All right, it's so far away. Okay, so that is what is this. Let's look at the Hong Kong again. Hong Kong is still, still trading above the opening price. Looks firm, looks good. So Hang Seng trader has a possibility for Hang Seng to even test 28,901. Okay, if he stays above OP, because CCRY, right? Yeah, you can try that. If you think that you can take the risk on this trade, Okay. All right, so that is the Dow Jones and all the equity market sharing. Okay, let's look at gold this morning. Now, gold basically was sideways for quite a while, but of course, when the CPI numbers came out, right, that was where the whole thing changed around. Gold shot up all the way because the dollar plunged. So it was a dollar that basically pushed the commodities market, especially like gold, went all the way up. That's why dollar impact is there. All right, but after that, you can see gold for hours, it just stays sideways, right? Because you can see that it's not buying on rationale, was buying on more like, because it was the dollar came off, that's why we had to do it. That type of feeling. So in terms of this itself, right, you can see now across the board, the mainstream media, everybody is looking at gold to go higher because they say the dollar will go down. So now everybody feel that, right, we come to support for gold and gold will be going higher. But of course, Business Time came out and said that, right, gold may not be a safe haven. So I had a question mark here. So I'll leave it there for you to decide on how you see about gold. If you think that gold is still asset class to be safe, you can continue to look into that. But if you think that gold itself is actually kind of dangerous to be holding it, then you make your own decision call, okay? All right, so let's look at gold yesterday. Now, gold yesterday was incredible, very beautiful in terms of technical. Now, the opening price was here between the two pivots, right? You can see it was between the two pivots. And then after that, KSI was red in color. So obviously, we expect the gold to come down. And gold really came down. It went to the pivot 2 at 1724, breaking the level at 1729, the level I mentioned, right? So yeah, it came down by $5. Then after that, what happened? It stayed there perfectly, stopped there, and reversed course. Now, when reverse course, that means that the trading side, the technical side calls for buy already. Now, even though the KSI is red, just be mindful that because a technical call for buy, you can choose to buy, but you just have to be cautious to the win and take profit along the way. So that is how you should be using that. And not because the KSI is red, you keep on thinking that you must sell. That's not correct, because the latest information is the market actually hits the pivot 2 and then rebounded. So you look at what happened yesterday, you can see very well. So initially it goes down, it was kind of expected, but you notice that KTR -1 and pivot 2 was a stack. Stack means that they are very near one another. And if it's very near one another, you notice this is a BMB followed by a CCRY. So that's why the gold price initially went up first. And there was a KSI jump. So that's why give it a stronger buy. KCX was at the bottom. So that was the first wave. Can you see that? Then the second wave came in, right? The second wave came in. But what was incredible is the way it stopped at the pivot 2. Again, it stopped at pivot 2. And this time around, there was no KCX. And the color change CCRY kicked in instantly. And this is whereby it's another buy. And this is buy number 2. And this time around, the market after that didn't give any more chance. And it went all the way up itself. So you can see that our technique, the system, the accuracy is really impeccable. You just have to follow through. So rather than you take position in the market, sometimes you may consider why don't you just do intraday in and out. You may actually make more money than that. Of course, there's good and bad. Sometimes if you do longer time trade, you won't need to monitor the market. You don't need to monitor the market and just continue trading. But of course, on the hindsight now, you can see that if you have been trading in and out, right, you will have a better deal, you will make more money, and you have lesser headache. So this is the good and bad part of trading. You just have to understand the bigger difference here. Okay, so that is how you see for gold. All right. This is how you actually utilize the technique and utilize what you learn, and also use the planning stage on the day chart to do what you need to do. Okay, cool. All right, so let's look at gold today, right? Hang Seng has pulled back a little bit, still a bit early to call. So let's take a look and see what Hang Seng developed. Let's look at the gold this morning, shall we? Now, gold, you can see, my God, very powerful, right? The 1729, I told you guys that will be a very key pivotal point. And if actually gold hit below 1729, it's a sell. But if gold basically goes above 1729, it'll be a buy. I mean, this is very, I know that it's very paradox here, like that, hey, Cal, like that can buy, can sell. But that is how MA works. When you get triggered downwards, you will go down. If you trigger upwards, you go up. So that is very important. So now the thing is this, for today, the MA30 for gold is about 1731 level, so slightly higher. And the MLP for today for gold is about 1738. So as long as the gold stay above 1738 and stay above 1731 for today, gold in general should be going up, right? In general. So let me just write for you. So when MLP is 1738 level, and M8 is about 1731. Now, all these are not drawn to scale. I mean, I just drawn it to just show it to you. If you want to get a pinpoint accurate number, you just have to do your calculation properly, okay? So in my perspective is this: if gold stays above OP, gold can go up all the way to test about 1757 level, okay? It is a possibility on conventional chart. But if gold stays below OP, then it will likely target 1738 as a first form of support, okay? Then, of course, if the gold really goes down, the next support level will be 1731. Now, that level has to hold, and we have seen that gold have been hovering and above it for quite a while. So some people are speculating that, hey, maybe gold is actually turning up in terms of trend. Well, it is possible, but do note once again, the dollar is a very important factor. So unless you're telling me that someone has a power to ensure that inflation is going to continue going on, but the dollar goes down, then that is something that is possible, right? So let me ask everybody here, is that right? How many of you think that gold is going to be going up soon? Please key up. If you tell me gold is still going to go down, please key down, right? I need at least 20 of you to participate on this, and let me feel you guys. All right, so how many of you think that gold is going to go up? Key UP, all right, key the letter U and P. If you think that gold is going to come down, please key down, DOWN, right? Everybody, please do that. I want to see 20 answers before I continue. All right, Stanley say up, Colin say up, Allison say up, Joe say up, Keng Hua say up, Kai Heng say up, Michael up, Richard down, oh, capital letter, okay. Eddie up, Dan Ho up, Arun, not too sure. Okay, Arun, let's stick with your indices which are doing very well in a Bitcoin. Yeah. Andrew say down. Philip say down. Tao Ming say up. Solihin say up. Gavin say down. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Two more. Sideways, up, down, up, down. Kausa, okay. Hosting say up. Oh, Asa, good to see you. Okay, if it breaks 1747, it'll be up. Okay. All right, so 1747 is now this price right now. Okay. All right, so we have a mixed cam. I think about mostly are up, all right? About 70% are up. Well, for me itself, right? For me, okay, my personal take is this, okay? There's no wrong or right here, just conventional sharing only. I'm just doing conventional sharing. Just give me a moment. Let me just do some screenshot at the moment. Okay, so I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna show you my personal take right here. Now the thing is this: why there is the speculation on the gold price on just technical, not fundamental. On technical, is that gold did hit a low recently here, right? And then now the next low was here. So based on low to low, what we can see is that the low got higher. All right, the low actually got higher. So there is one turning point. Now usually then between them is right. This is the so-called the technical point, the highest point, and happen to be it's also a BNB. All right. So if I were to take this as a guidance and I take this line as the level to watch, right? You can see that this is what is showing right now. Can you see that? This is the BNB point. All right. And if I put the BNB, the lines, the top line and the bottom line, I put it there. It seems that there is some form of resistance at this moment right now. Can you see that? That's why I say that if gold can cross 1757, then in my opinion itself, right, gold will go up. But if it doesn't itself, right, in my perspective, it will still come down. You understand my point? So that is the first technical point. Now, the other thing is this: if we clear all of this away, all right, if I look at this, the high to high, you can see that, right, it's getting a bit higher. So overall, if you look at from technical point of view, there is a high to high, a higher low to higher low, so a low to higher low. So overall, it's right. It does seem that the market is doing something like this. It's like the market came down and now it's starting to do something like a wedge formation, and this wedge is actually moving in a way like this. So it's either going to see a very strong upside or a very strong downside. All right, strong. I use the word strong because it's a lot of preparation work right now. So all I want to say is this, my friends: if gold today goes down below OP, in general perspective, I still think that gold will come down for today. Now, if gold really has the power to cross 1757, all right, then of course gold will be going up to 1800. Okay, that's my personal take. But if gold really breaks below 1738, now if gold really breaks below 1738, okay, break below 1738, that's MLP, right? Be very, very careful. The 1731 support level really has to stay on. The support level at 1731 has to really be very strong. Okay, it has to stay there. Okay, if not, it's not right. That will be in for some trouble. Okay, so all clear on this? All right, everybody clear? If clear, can you key the word clear? CLEAR. All right. Okay, everybody. All right. Okay. So this is very, very important. Now, gold has now from the high of 1749 have retracted back down to 1745 opening price, as what I just mentioned to you. So that's why I'm a bit skeptical, So be very, very careful on that. Okay. All right. Now, do note fundamentally for a dollar is supposed to, if the US yields go up, right, then by right, the gold should be coming down. So do note on that. Okay. All right. Sun must be very, very careful and take note of this. Okay. Must be very careful to take note of this. Hey, let's go, right? So gold weekly is consolidating right now, and you look at the trend line that I draw, we probably need one more week to decide. By this technical drawing, being very technical here, maybe one more week for the gold to decide. That means that next week there should be a big movement on gold. Either it's going to be an upside or a follow through downside. Okay, so watch out for this potential big movement next week. Okay, next week. And of course, that will coincide with my my blitz preview, right? So traders, maybe you really want to take note of that. So traders, please be standby for this. By the way, I want to check with you guys. As I'm speaking to you, do you see my narration coming out on your screen? Because earlier don't have the narration. Now I start to see it coming up again. So do you see my narration on your screen from the very beginning just now, or you actually start to see it now, or you don't even see it at all? As in you saw the narration from the very beginning, is it? No, I want to know, is it from the beginning? Oh, yes. Okay, can. Okay, cool. Okay, all right, good. Because earlier mine cannot see, now again I can see mine. Oh, okay, okay. Mute and volume zero auto on. Then if you mute, then can see me, can hear me. Okay, I'll leave it there. I don't know. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so sorry for debating. Okay, so that is gold. How about silver? Well, silver yesterday did a very strong engulfing. Silver yesterday strongly recovered, went above the MA30. So silver also will be like gold. If gold pulls back, silver also pull back. So yesterday gold go up, right? So silver also go up. So it's caught in the range of $24.50 to $25.50. So $1 move for silver right now. All right, for today MLP will be somewhere around here, $25 level. Okay. All right, that's for silver. Okay. All right, thank you guys for your sharing. Oh, so you actually can see lah. Okay, can. Thank you. Okay, now this is the KFC. All right, this is the KFC. All right, so I mentioned to you how does KFC work. If you still didn't get the idea of it, you can go down to the gold nuggets video and watch this. So the level that we are using for the KFC is 1744.93. All right, this one is actually on our screen. That was this day where the market. So 1744.93. So what does it mean? Very simple, okay? If the market can stay above 1744.93, likely gold will go higher. Simple as that for this KFC indicator. If the market stays below 1744.93, then gold will go lower. All right, this is how the KFC technique works. Okay, the KFC technique work. All right, if you're not too sure how this works, you can go back to the gold nuggets. Next Tuesday, I may spend some time to talk about this KFC again because this is something new. So I don't go too much into this. All right, but at the moment now, how I look at it is that because the market stay above MA30, and that's why gold goes to 1744 yesterday. So as long as gold stay above 1744.93, then gold should be still stable for a long side. Okay. All right, now based on this point here, that is where this is a flip point. Flip point doesn't mean the market must go up or go down. Basically just telling you that this is a very important technical point to watch out for. So the bull and the bear, you just have to take note of this number, 1744.93 level. Okay, got it? This is a flip point. Okay. So this one's very, very important. All right, so take note of that. Okay. Hang Seng, it came down to below OP at one stage, but it's still no color change. So Hang Seng just have to wait for a while. Okay, look at gold today. For gold. Now gold this morning, let's take a look. For gold this morning, the opening price is actually between the two pivot. but the KSI is red in color. So it's not favoring the long side, okay? So this morning, because it's near the P1, the market generally go to P1. It was kind of expected. It really happened. But now we see that it's actually resisted at P1, right? It's actually resisted at P1. So this is not a healthy sign. So if the market breaks below OP, then there is a crazy possibility that gold can come back down again. And again, it may go back down to the MA30 level or the 1738 level that I mentioned earlier. And you can see that gold now is fidgeting at the 1744 level, right? The level that the flip point of the KFC. So traders just take note of that. Again, based on KSI, it's not that good at the moment right now. So for traders on the long side, just be careful on that. All right. Okay. This one clear. Huh? Okay. All right. So that is the gold market for you. All right. Yeah, I long time never talk about crude oil. I apologize on that. Let me talk about crude oil. Anyway, China A50 went up initially. It's still fidgeting around the MLP level. Where's my crude? Here we go. Now, crude has been really following the MA beautifully. The crude has been following the MA for quite a fair bit. The last time when crude hit the MA30, right, you can see once it hit the MA30, immediately the crude pulled back. And today it seems to be happening again. Today it seemed to happen again. So crude could see a big movement. Either if crude can grow past MA30, this will bring crude all the way up to this point here, $64. Now it's $60, so it's actually a pretty good upside. But if crude fail, then crude can come back down to test the $57. So this is long-term chart, long-term viewership. So I repeat myself, if gold can, if crude oil can stay above the MA30, about $60.70 right now for today, it may go to $64. But if crude stay below 60.70, then it may go back to $57. All right, so this is something that you can consider to watch out for crude today. All right, crude traders. Huh? Okay. Okay, so we have come to all this sharing, lots of stuff shared today. Okay, oops, sorry. Now this is our Bitcoin yesterday. Wow, look at it. It's so simple, all right? I know that you guys are all waiting for AIMS to be ready, and I believe by today or latest tomorrow, AIMS should be ready, all right? So stand by your account because good time in the come. We're going to do a lot of trading on this Bitcoin. So all you need to do is very simple. Make it simple for you guys. Once you see the KCX turning green, you just have to look at the chart. If the chart is red on the M5, you just wait. Wait until the CCRY appear. Then stop loss, you can choose near or further away to protect yourself and then enjoy the ride. Okay. All right. That's how we do it. So every time you see the KCX coming online, okay, you just wait for the color turn from red to yellow. Go in, do your risk management, and then let it run. So the first profit usually is 300, meaning the Bitcoin level, meaning from the opening price of the entry bar, $300 take some profit. $500 take some profit. $800 take some profit. When you are done in the first three waves, the remaining is let it run as much as possible. The spread now is still quite big, or Colin is still quite big at this moment right now. So wait for a while. All right, wait for a while. I believe by tomorrow latest, we should be able to see the new spread by AIMS. All right, they are working with a few exchanges. All right, I remember it's two. All right, and quite big companies. All right, now it's not for me to review over here, but I know that it's quite safe at the moment. All right, so traders, just take note of that. You just have to prepare yourself, your trading account. But of course, Bitcoin is a very volatile market and it's quite big in size. So the capital minimum is about at least $3,000 is needed at least for that particular market alone. So do take note of that. Okay. Okay, do take note of that. Now, I was using Huawei. I can see. Yeah, I'm using Huawei now. That's why I can see my annotation. But that sound earlier wasn't able to see. It's crazy. Okay, so that is the thing to watch out for. And our trader, TTT trader, did a hell of a good job yesterday. They basically was a home run for them, right? They made about $400 using a 6K trading capital. Now, the TTT traders are really well taken care of by one of team leader, Keng Hua. He will ensure that the TTT traders will do very well. And of course, probably the market now is bullish and we are buying. So obviously, it also helps us a little bit here and there. But you can see on the chart wise, the technique, the entry is really near the bottom of each run, right? So, we just have to continue the flow as it is. And if you think that, right, you would like the TTT trader to assist you in trading the BTC market, all you need to do is just become an AIMS client and then go to Mirror Me and get more details, all right? You can contact Keng Hua on the site, Keng Hua on the site, and he will assist you more to talk about this. If let's say it's good to go, right, probably next week we're going to have a lot of trading on Bitcoin with all the social network traders, all right? So traders, this is something to watch out for, okay? Yeah, indeed. Isaac MVP. Okay, all right. Okay, I'll leave it there. So you guys do your work. Okay, if you need to get more information from Keng Hua, contact him on the site. Okay, cool, right? So for today, let's look at the market right now. You can see Hong Kong shoot up. Okay, Hong Kong shoot up, and I told you just now, Hong Kong may be going towards to test the pivot 1 level. So it seems to be really, really formulating this. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that, right? This Hang Seng really going up towards the pivot 1 level. So it seems to be happening. So likely China A50 is doing pretty good job. Yeah, you see, China A50 is up. That's the reason why. Okay, China A50 is going up. That's the only reason why this is happening right now. Okay. Okay, so yep, let's look at the Bitcoin, shall we? Sorry. All right, so Bitcoin day chart, you can see for today, Bitcoin is now at 63,000 already. Wow, you see that? Incredible, right? So every time look at this, this is why the bull market. When it's the bull market itself, right, you notice as long as the CCRY, you buy, CCRY, you buy, that's why you make money. That's why this Arun have been saying this for the longest of time. If the market is bullish, follow the system CCRY chart. It's just good enough for you, right, Arun? You can conquer on that, right? Indeed. So this is what really happened right now. And you can see that. Okay, so of course to chase, I would say that don't do that. If you're talking about positioning yourself, don't chase now. You just have to wait for a CCRY on the M5 to trade. I think that'll be a better choice. Okay, that will be a better choice. Now, of course, some people did text me and say, Kel, what if later on there's some regulatory body come in and do something? Will that cause Bitcoin to crash? Well, definitely if some regulatory body come in and they do some risk control, definitely itself, right, it will have this problem, but it will be a knee-jerk, like put it this way. So as long as a stop loss in place, there's nothing you need to worry about. If your stop loss not in place, then you have all to worry about. All right, this is something that you must understand. There's nothing to change, nor hide, nor be different. Okay, so traders, please kindly take note of this very important point. All right, so that is this is Bitcoin. You look at Ethereum, same thing. Look at Ethereum. If you follow the rule, CCRY, you buy Ethereum, CCRY, you buy, you're safe. All right, this trade may be a loss, but the overall is a win. So again, this tells you just follow the system. You should be doing fine. As simple as that. Okay, really. Okay, really. All right, cool. All right, so if you come to this stage, means the part 1 is over. The next part itself will be 4 charts to show you on alternate market views. If you think that is enough for you this morning, you can now log off and you can actually, move on. All right, if you want to stay on, just give yourself 10 seconds. I'll come back to you all shortly. Okay, 10 seconds has passed. I hope that you guys have made a decision to stay on. Okay, let's just continue then. Okay, now the thing is this, why am I expressing a lot of concern? Because in trading, it's all about patterns, right? TWB system is all about patterns, and patterns don't change nor, differentiate from one another. Take a look at this VIX indicator, right? VIX was created to basically to warn traders, but for some interesting reason, for 20 days already, or for 10 days, sorry, for 10 days already, right? The indicator is still fidgeting below 20. So this is something that not done since February 2020. Apparently, this is something very, very unique. And the thing is because it should be like, because the only reason why it's doing this, because that means that the market is full of buyers or full of complacency. All right. Or people don't think that the market will have any problem. So that's why no one is actually buying as a hedge. Everybody think that the world is round right now and things is all good. Everything is beautiful, positive. And that's why you can see the VIX indicator just stay down. Or actually there's a lot of problem, but the market doesn't care, because like what you saw in the J&J vaccination, you saw what happened in inflation CPI numbers. You don't see any spike up at all for the VS indicator. So this is very contained, all right? So basically when it's contained or compressed, to me it's all right. Traders, you need to be very, very careful, all right? You need to be very, very careful. Indeed, okay? Indeed, this Hang Seng hit pivot, right? Congratulations to those, okay? So what is happening now, you can see this is something very incredible, the NASDAQ Breath. Now, the breadth means that the accumulative advanced decline line, right? The red one in red, and the NASDAQ Composite Index. Now, usually, obviously, right, when the NASDAQ is down, there will be more decliners. When the market is up, there'll be more advancers. So it's pretty normal to see the line actually, move together. But for some strange reason, it's all right. The last update is yesterday. Apparently, it's all right. You can see that the NASDAQ is going up on its own, but the market breadth is actually doing the other way around. So this doesn't look too good at the moment. And normally it's all right. There's only two ways to look at it. One is that maybe the market is just being concerned. Later on, will catch up, and then the NASDAQ go to all-time high again. That's one way to read it. The other way is this, right? Probably someone knows something and they're liquidating their position despite the market going up. And that is the one that I'm actually quite concerned, because it will go in line with the VIX indicator I said earlier, because there's no concern now. Everybody's very complacent. So do note it's all right. In additionally, the last 21 days, the NASDAQ up by 6%. And while the decliner is all right, it's at 147. All right, this is not a very good sign actually. So traders, you need to be very careful. And of course, this is the NASDAQ and the ARKK. We know that Cathie Wood, the NASDAQ is pretty in line. But you can see that recently, Cathie Wood's, her stock pick is all right, and her portfolio and the NASDAQ is kind of different. And there are some weakness that need to be careful. Like New York Stock Exchange now, right? The new high now is 90 versus 4 and 5. That means that there are lesser counter hitting all-time high versus what happened in February. So this is the first concern. And of course, the Russell 2000 rolling over and underperforming its peers is another concern. The AAII sentiment is a no bid level because it's at a very high level. So everyone is basically vested interest in the market. And ISM manufacturing is at the highest since 1983. And usually we all know when ISM data is at a higher, the next few months, 6 months, 12 months, the market will pull back. Why is it like that? Because the cost actually is at a high level too. And of course, now the high yield spread is at near 2007 high level or tights level, we call it that. And there is a chance that Biden will do the tax hike. And of course, we do expect to see physical spending, and that's Q3, Q4. And obviously on geographical political way, Ukraine, Putin thing, and Taiwan, that one put it aside, that one's more political. But I think the first few are very concerning factor. And that's the reason why, again, with the VIX at the bottom right, I'm kind of not very comfortable with that, that's all, okay? Just to show you Hang Seng again, I think that there's a lot of Hang Seng crowd. Wow, Hang Seng across pivot 1 level. Congratulations, guys. This is what's happening right now. Well done. Okay, so Hang Seng is going up pretty strongly. And China A50 is still very, very positive. You can see that China A50 is still very, very positive. Okay, so guys, that's why you need to follow the chart. Okay, that will be all for today's MAO. I hope that you guys enjoy this session. I think this is a very good session today. If you actually take note of this again, you can take a picture of this right now and give you a chance. That this is all the very concerning point. As a good trader, you need to just remind yourself, right? It's not saying that I'm not saying the market will crash. I'm just saying that a potential correctional move may be near around the corner. It may be tomorrow, it can be next week, it can be next month. I can't be sure, but I'm just informing you traders. Just remember this, put your stop loss in place or trailing stop in place, and just make sure that you know what to do as the market rise up. Okay, right. Have a great day today. Take care, everybody. This is Kel signing off. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.